So now that we've learned how to bring in a video from online, let's learn how to bring in a video from our computer. So I'm going to go to the Home tab here, and I'm on my Inserting Video slide, and I'm going to just insert a new blank slide. So I'm going to insert a new blank slide here, and this time around, I'm going to bring in a video from my computer. So I'm going to go to Insert tab, Video, and choose Video on my PC. When I do this, I can then go and grab a file from my downloads folder. So I had my file of speed.wmv, and it's in my downloads folder. So I'm going to go to downloads here, and I am going to go ahead and find my speed.wmv. I think what's important to note here is, if I make this a little bit bigger, is that there are actually file types that you can have that work for video files. So if you hover over this video files file types right here, you can see it lists out a ton of like WMV, MP4, MPEG, you can do AVIs, all those types of files, but sometimes they don't insert all the way because of the way they're encoded. So you might give you the option to insert it, but it might have an error when it inserts it. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're using videos off your computer, is they're encoded, which means that they're essentially given all this background information, and the computer and PowerPoint sometimes can't decode that. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're doing it. So if I have this speed.wmv, I can insert it, and you'll see that it will actually insert on my screen. And this one looks a little bit different because you can see that it's got these icons that are available at the bottom. I can control the play. Whereas if I go back to the one I brought in from the internet, I don't have any of those controls because it's a YouTube video. So because this is a file on my computer, I have more control of what I can do with these videos. But I can essentially take this and I can make it a lot bigger if I want to, and I can move it around and do those kinds of things. The reason you have this kind of control is because you actually have all of the different settings and information about this video since it's on your physical computer. Here we just embedded a YouTube video, so all the information is controlled by YouTube online. If you ever have an issue where your video won't insert because it's on your computer, you could always upload it to YouTube and utilize it from YouTube via the online video option. You can see that when you click on a video, any video, so if I'm clicked off of it, I don't have the video tools up here in my ribbon. If I click on a video, I get a video format and a playback tab. So I have the ability to actually format the video and the way that it looks and control how it's played during the presentation. So right here, if I go to video format, I'm on my YouTube video that I brought in. You can see that I can apply corrections like brightness and color and contrast things like I could with, pictures and stuff like that. So if it's a darker video, I can brighten it up. I can apply a color to it if I wanted to recolor it and make it look really purple and all those kinds of things. It's kind of interesting what you can do in here. You could apply a poster frame if you had an image that you wanted to bring in as a frame on the background. You could add a style to this. And remember, as you hover over all of these, they all have names. So if you wanted it to have like, a reflection and look like a projection screen, you could do that. You can control what shape the video is listed in. So if I wanted to make it be in a heart, for instance, I could make it be in a heart. I could give it a different border color. I could apply whatever video effects I want to apply, which are really just the way that it looks before the video starts playing. And then you've got your crop and alignment tools and all those things that you had before. This is just what it looks like on your screen. What's kind of interesting is when you go into slideshow mode. So if we go to slideshow mode here and we present from the current slide, so slideshow present from the current slide, or you can go down here and use your slideshow mode. When I'm in my presentation options, I can actually hover over this and I can click to play it. And you can see that when I click to play it, it doesn't play. Awesome. That's so much better. Look at how well that's working. Love it. I want to see if it's opening on my other screen here. It is not. Well, that's super helpful, isn't it, everyone? So as you can see, sometimes YouTube videos do not work. If we go to the next screen, though, let's go to the next one. Maybe it's just my computer loading. It might be my computer loading really, really slowly during this video. So, because mine is not even like transitioning to the next slide here. Okay, there we go. So next slide, I can hit play on this one and it will play. And you can keep watching this crazy cool video on your own. So as you can see, like sometimes depending on your internet speed, your video may or may not play. Mine's not even playing on this previous slide, but the one I brought in from my computer is definitely playing. So sometimes, again, when you're utilizing these types of features, it doesn't always work all the time. So again, testing your file is super, super, super important. So I'm going to hit escape. And the reason I wanted to go into slideshow mode was to show you how this is formatted, but then it might change. So let's just do one quick one for this high speed camera. We're going to go to video format here. Let's just recolor it. So we're going to go to color and give it a new color. And let's see what happens when we go into slideshow mode this time. So I'm going to go to slideshow up at the top and choose from current slide. And you can see that that coloring has still been brought in. Even it plays over the whole video. So I have the ability to recolor. If I go back in here and I apply, like, let's say, for instance, a shape to it, like a crazy star, which would be ridiculous, and I go into slideshow mode, it even attempts to play the video inside of a star. So those video playback options, they seem a little ridiculous. Like, I don't know why I would want to format them like this, but it's an option that you can always use. And then if you don't like what you did, you could always hit reset design to go back to the way it was when you started.